We're back.
Yes, guys.
Yes, so we're back from watching another movie this time. It's another video game movie, and the movie we saw is
Street Fighter.
the movie.
Yeah. It doesn't say Street Fighter 2, just Street Fighter the movie, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not based on the first game, it's based on the second game.
Actually, wait. A combination of the second and Super Street Fighter 2. Yeah. Because Cammy.
Oh, yeah, a bunch of characters.
DJ. Who else? Actually, you know what? Cammy and DJ are in this movie, but there was no Fei Long, which is the Bruce Lee clone. And let me see who else. Oh, actually, wait. T-Hawk is in it, but he looks nothing like T-Hawk.
Oh, before that, let's do the thing
Yes.
that I think we usually do now is to read the thing.
Read it.
All right, so it stars Jean-Claude Van Damme and Raul Julia, who is
Unfortunately, he passed away after this movie. Yeah.
Street Fighter. This is the collector's edition, by the way. It's not my copy of it. Adventure is the name of the game in widescreen. International action superstar Jean-Claude Van Damme teams with Raul Julia for a thrill-packed adventure on an epic scale from the screenwriters of Die Hard, 48 Hours, and Commando.
There you go. You said it at one point. It's like Commando.
Oh, get the. Based on the best-selling video game, the film hurdles beyond imagination with explosive action, humor, and amazing special effects. Van Damme is Colonel Guile, the Allied Nations. Oh, so that's what AN stood for. I didn't.
That was anime word.
I forgot. I didn't pay enough attention to that. Allied Nations Commando, who leads an elite team of street fighters against the forces of the Mad General M. Bison Julia. Bison, who has hatched an evil plan for world domination. I thought he said he was doing it for peace.
Well, in his twisted psychotic mind, yes.
Still, takes dozens of relief workers hostage and gives the world only 72 hours to respond to his twisted demands. In that time, Guile must find the captives and confront Bison in an electrifying battle for the fate of the free world. Featuring sizzling songs by Ice Cube and Hammer, Street Fighter is an exciting, no-holds-barred action film for the whole family. Street Fighter has the perfect combination of elements to put the magic back into Saturday matinees?
Matinees, yeah. It's like movies you watch in the theater like at 10 or 11 in the morning, you know, like with your family, kids and stuff. Yeah,
geez.
that's what they called it.
By Joseph B. Marceri. World of Fandom magazine.
Yeah, matinee is actually a French word, but they don't have the accent on it, so that's why you...
Yeah, so it might throw
So
people
it's
off.
matinee, yeah.
Yep, so that's the...
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, and they put the extra security. You have to like open it like the
that's the third time I've been
two
tricked by this
latches.
DVD. Just like, I want to open it, then it's just... Oh, there it is.
You really gotta fight to open up the.
It's a street fight.
It is.
Alright, so
Yeah.
the movie. You were asking me how... So you were asking me what I thought of the movie.
Yeah, I was asking you, are you gonna have as much to say as you did with Super Mario Brothers?
I think there is something we couldn't...
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really
It's
tired.
okay.
There is something we can say about this movie, and, well, I'll say this. It's not as good as Mortal Kombat, which you said came afterwards.
Yeah, it did come out a year after.
But it's better than what we saw last time, the Super Mario Bros. As much as this movie doesn't follow the actual game and be accurate to its source material, it somehow didn't insult me that much at all. Maybe
Really?
because I'm not really that much of a fan. I noticed a few things, but I'm kind of like it went so far in this one direction that it's
Yeah.
kind of like it kind of turned into a comedy.
Okay,
sort
yeah,
of.
I can see that. It was definitely, it had some slapstick elements to it, like when I think E Honda was on the ground with some kind of barrel and Balrog was supposed to cut it. They had the cap of this barrel. It was made by, it's a Capcom. It had the logo.
Because it's a cap, you get it?
Capcom.
Yeah, it
So
is.
it was definitely poking fun at itself.
Yeah,
What was another scene? I forget. There was more.
there was one where it's like, you know, when the guy came in to like tell Guile that to get his troops out of here, and he was on the phone. He's like, "Oh yeah, they're all back at base." And then we cut back to this guy just cooking things, and it's like, meow.
Yeah,
It's
they
like-
definitely those.
So, if you came into this movie hoping to have something accurate or faithful to the original source,
Yeah,
you're not gonna get most of it because there was this other thing too, Ryu and Ken. Like,
Yeah, very disappointing.
okay,
Oh my
okay,
God.
so okay, so yeah, the movie has M Bison trying to take over the world. Not too far off a
Yeah,
stretch.
Raul Julia did a really great job as the villain. He definitely is the most memorable in this film, in my opinion. But
He's kind of he's really in his role. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
have that buffness
No.
and like insaneness of well, he's insane in this movie, but just not for the same reason. Like the actual M Bison, but his character just kind of
it's over the
it's his
top.
own type of Bison. So
Yeah.
why don't we talk about like the characters? Like as we mentioned,
Well,
Van Damme he's an alright guy.
yeah,
I thought it was okay. He didn't have the
the puffy hair. The accent definitely doesn't fit the character. But I mean, they chose him for the role because he was popular at the time, most likely.
and I don't know why he took up this role. To be honest,
Yeah.
it seems kind of weird. A lot of people in this movie don't seem like it seems like a bad Hong Kong dub. I noticed it's
Yeah.
like that's very it's kind of somewhat distracting at well not like it distracted me from the movie. It's just like this sounds like a bad movie dub, bad Hong Kong dubs,
Yeah.
and that's what happens throughout this movie. Not to say everyone had that. Let's see, Chun-Li I thought played pretty all right.
Yeah, she did well.
She did well.
I forget what the actress name is, but apparently she was at this past Fan Expo in Toronto.
2015. Let's
2015,
just
yeah.
be clear
Yeah,
about
this
that.
year, sorry.
So, and the other actors, TJ, like you said.
DJ, sorry. DJ was
Wait, I meant the Tomahawk guy.
T-Hawk.
A T-Hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks nothing like him. He's
No.
not trouble. He's part of the military.
Yeah, look like he's-
They dumbed down a few things with it too. Like E Honda and Balrog are working with Chun-Li as a news
which
reporter
didn't
team,
make any sense.
which was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Who else was there?
Cammy was also working with Gal, but she makes sense. She fits the role, and I thought the actor who played her was all right.
Yeah, you know what the funny thing about Cammy? I don't know if you knew about this, but she's actually a singer. Kylie Minogue was a singer, and they chose her for this film role. I guess maybe because they thought she looked kind of like Cammy. She's
I'd say she kind of
small
looked like it.
stature. The thing is, being a singer, you would think that she'd have a track on this film, but no, she did not make any songs for this film, which is kind of weird. I mean, if you have a singer, why not take advantage?
Well,
But yeah,
I don't remember how well this movie received,
yeah.
but I'd imagine not that positively.
No.
But it's kind of like it's so bad it's actually kind of funny. Good
Yeah.
because I did enjoy the film. I thought it was okay, but like I said, if you're expecting Street Fighter,
yeah,
you're not gonna get it with this film. It's not like with Mortal Kombat where it had an original story that was still kind of
in the universe.
still
the
based
universe.
around the game, and not so far off like with Mario where it's just like this almost had nothing to do with it.
like a futuristic, dark world.
Dystopia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then going back to the actors,
Blanca,
I thought, oh yeah, Blanca, he was iffy.
Yeah, not really used much in this.
He
one.
he appears very little. Dalsim, who's
Yeah, that
a
was
doctor,
disappointing.
that was just kind of he's a witch doctor, sure,
Yeah.
but he's a scientist in this one. It's just like
And he has a moral.
his moral actually fits
Spirit,
more of
yeah.
Dalsim, but he doesn't do much with it.
I was mentioning that it would have been cool. Well, I mean,
Oh yeah, like if they experimented on Dalsim
Yeah,
to give
had-
him that
yeah,
limpy.
had Bison
streak.
got really upset, the fact that he altered Blanca, his state of mind made him more positive. That he would punish him by, stretching him like, Super Armstrong, like Dalsim is in the game. Right? He'd have long arms, long legs.
and the character that most
But,
people play.
Yeah, but they didn't have that at all in this, and he didn't blow any flame out of his
At the
mother.
last second, he changes into his witch doctor like thing. It's like,
Well-
well, the movie's almost over. What's
barely.
the point? Let's see. I thought the guy who played Zangief was actually
Yeah, he
appearance-wise, he
looked-
looks
yeah,
good.
he
Like even
definitely
though he's not
looked
like
the part.
because Zangief's supposed to be this big buff Russian guy, but the actor looked good.
Yeah, and apparently he was a bit.
He was an idiot. In
Yeah,
this
he was
movie.
abused, and I mean,
I
he
wouldn't-
didn't
I
get
wouldn't-
paid
I
for his
wouldn't-
work.
I wouldn't
guess.
say abused, just kind of like played for
Taken
a fool.
advantage of. Yeah.
Because at the end there's another thing where it's like Zangief is like, we get paid.
Yeah, he didn't know.
It's like I never imagined Zangief as being an idiot at
Yeah.
all. And then let's see, then Ryu and Ken.
Yeah, they were.
If you're a fan of Ryu and Ken,
You're
this
gonna be
movie he
disappointed.
just really
it's like a slap in the face for sure.
there.
There was like one Hadouken, as you pointed out near the
That
end,
wasn't
from-
even
from
really a
Ryu.
Hadouken. Oh yeah, this
It was-
movie
it was
has bad lightning
It was a
effects.
flash, right?
It was just a flash. It's like that was it.
Yeah.
And Ryu and Ken in this movie, they're weapons dealer. No, they're con men.
Yeah, and there's a scene where Sagat, which we haven't mentioned yet.
Oh yeah, he.
Ken says, "Oh, thank you for pointing out what I could have become if I hadn't met you." Kind of thing. It's like, what the hell? I don't know. It just didn't fit the.
Yeah, and Sagat doesn't make any sense in this movie.
Nah.
Because at one point I was like, the reason Sagat has that eye patch and that scar is because Ryu fucked him up in one of the
he's supposed to have a scar across his chest.
He did when his
right?
shirt was ripped off
yeah.
and you
Yeah,
could see it.
Yeah.
There was no point to his character there because the reason he had all that was because of Ryu.
But in this film, they had no tie-ins at all, right?
No, they're both like he's a weapon dealer along with Vega.
Yeah, Vega.
Who didn't look too bad actually.
Yeah.
I
was missing those comical noises, high-pitched noises he makes, like in the game, but.
Oh, the ninja noise.
And he didn't really jump on the. I was hoping he would jump on the fence, like in the early scene where he's fighting the guy in the cage. I thought he was gonna use the cage as he does in the game, but he didn't use any of that. So that was kind of disappointing, but.
Yeah.
Because then they just like fight for a second, and all of a sudden you just see his opponent flop on the ground. That was it. They didn't show like
he got burnt, and then that was kind of it. There's not a lot of fight scenes in this, unlike Mortal Kombat, where it's fight after fight after fight, and it's like it works out.
There are some like E Honda and Zangief, but they're stretched out, and even like make fun of it with like a Godzilla like sounds. And stuff.
When like the Japanese troopers were like a. Yada yada yada.
There's like a Godzilla.
Onishimasu, and then just like they see E Honda and Zangief like fighting over this modeled city of what Bison was trying to make, and had Godzilla noise over it, and I was just like, there are some parts in this movie where I just went like, that just didn't,
unnecessary. Yeah.
That was just dumb. But yeah, not a lot of fight scenes. There are action scenes, but not a lot of fight scenes. There's a lot more shooting than there is.
It should have been called Shoot Fighter, I think, or something.
Yeah, because that like near the end, it went like Uncharted, and then suddenly Commando, and then as I found out just now that from the makers of Commando.
Yeah.
This movie, it feels really short, but it's actually an hour and 42 minutes. I don't know how the time went by that fast.
Well, that is kind of short, but it's longer than Commando, that's for sure. But
I kind of would have liked to watch that again.
Yeah, but fans of the series will probably definitely be disappointed if they're looking for a series adaptation. If they're looking to have a laugh or two, they might enjoy this, right?
I mean, obviously, this movie's a couple of years old, so it's no big surprise. And if they wanted a more fateful adaptation of Street Fighter, they'd watch the animated Street Fighter.
And not the Chun-Li spin-off, or whatever call it.
No, you mean that movie where it's
which I haven't seen, but I've heard terrible things. I mean,
it was already kind of bad from the beginning because it's like Chun-Li's not even Chinese. It's like that's the whole point of her character.
Yeah.
Or that's a characteristic of her character. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's no music from the Street. There's no music from the Street Fighter. It's just a whole bunch of stuff that I just forgot. Like,
the
do you remember anything?
Pretty forgettable. There was a funny scene. I think you saw that too when they're showing Bison controlling his whatever device you want to call it, where he's like sending out the mines, the bombs to blow up.
There was a Joy's arcade stick. It was just like. It was what was that?
It kind of reminded me of when we watched Ghostbusters 2 and they're controlling the Statue of Liberty with the
that was more
the NES Advantage.
That was more plausible.
I'm sure they got inspired by Ghostbusters 2 to include that scene there.
Yeah, you think
sure.
maybe?
Yeah, pretty sure. But yeah, in terms of like memorable one-liners.
Yeah, there is quite a few in terms of like either it is actually kind of epic or it's so bad it's gotten or it's so goofy it's kind of funny because like there's a lot of scene where like something happens and Jean-Claude Van Damme is like when the Asian guy jumps up on the table and is trying to attack and it's like he hits him off. It's like, okay, any new business? Stuff like that. It's just...
or the epic where before he's gonna take on or they're gonna go challenge Bison and his soldiers.
He gives that speech.
You know what he says? I'm trying to remember.
Something. But we can go home.
Yeah.
something. But we can go home. Now, who wants to go home or who wants to go with me?
Yeah.
that was kind of the thing. And I also noticed another thing that was also ironic is Bison's troops were all red and Guile's troops were all blue, which didn't make sense. But after reading
blue team, red team, right? And which you got it right here.
So I'm gonna lose this thing, but I'm.
He's super.
But yeah. Oh, I don't know. That could be Street Fighter. But so in the featurette, we saw the featurette, which
after the movie, we watched the featurette.
Not all of them, because some of them were just kind of taking too long.
Yeah.
But they talked about like the guy D Souza.
Oh, Stephen E. D'Souza, yeah.
Yeah, who was like, the battle between good and evil. And I was like, oh, so that's why there was a red and a
and
blue team,
blue.
because it's good versus evil.
Makes sense.
It's like they try to incorporate something. And remember when the featurette said like he was knowledgeable about the game and whatnot, and I'm just like,
Because his son apparently played it.
yeah, and then they were both like, oh, we heard about Street Fighter, we were knowledgeable about it, and we wanted to make it as faithful to it, and I'm just like,
No. He failed. Right?
yeah, I'd say 2/3 of it. 1/3 of it he kind of got right, like
Some of
Guile being in the army. They got the guy who played Zangief looking right. Julius Raul
He did okay. Bison was okay.
or Raul Julius
I
as
think-
Bison worked out in its own unique way.
I think what this movie really lacked, which you pointed out already, was the music. If it had, like say Guile's theme, which is iconic and known, it says apparently it fits any scene, right?
Oh,
anywhere you put the Guile music, it's gonna tie. The only time they put it was in the featurette. They showed a video games segment and they had that music, of course, and that was it.
But that didn't count.
That doesn't
because there was-
count. That's after the movie. Yeah.
Oh, remember when Ryo was about to fight Vega? It played some other music instead. It was like or something.
Oh, that.
And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, you're in a fight club. Why can't you play Ryo's theme like like? They should someone should do a fan edit of this where you
With the
add Street
music.
Fighter music
I
to it,
think
and I think it would
that would
actually
work.
make it epic, kind of
Yeah.
like a oh, that's kind of neat, but it's also kind of cool.
I think that would have worked for sure. What else can we say about this?
Oh, what did you think about the plot?
I mean, some of it was okay. I mean, they still had kept the fact that Chun-Li had a past tie with Bison because of her father trying to stop him and
Or his
being murdered.
he killed her father, so
yeah.
there's bits and pieces of in this movie there's bits and pieces of it where you can see like some glimpse of faithfulness to it, but the other half of it is just like no, it's just kind of its own thing.
Like Charlie turning into Bison. Yeah, that's definitely not in the game.
Wait, Bison, you mean
Oh,
Blanca?
sorry, Blanca. Sorry, Blanca. Oh my god.
Yeah, the way they were doing it to him, it was just like they just wanted him to be super strong and have. They gave him like a virtual boy thing and made him watch all this bad stuff. I don't know how that makes you go crazy, but whatever.
Oh,
Science.
Brainwash. He was trying to brainwash. He's trying to create a beast. And he's gonna unleash his beast.
Oh,
because they called him a beast, a wild beast, right, or something.
Bison wanted a world of his goal in the movie.
Yeah.
He said he wanted like the most powerful genetically created soldiers, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, you don't want power for yourself? And he's like, I'm gonna use these soldiers and rain terror all over, and then bring peace.
Yeah.
And I was like, why don't you just drop a nuclear bomb and then hand out bandages?
Well, he did have his fake money, right? His
Oh, that was the thing. That was the thing. He was so. It's kind of like what the Joker would do.
Yeah, the Joker
kinda.
did that as well, actually. In the 1989 Batman, he has. They deleted the scene, but in the original storyline, he was supposed to have a scene where he's unleashing millions of dollars to whoever's
That
in
had Joker's
yeah,
face.
to whoever's in the audience. But in the movie, they don't show that it's fake, but it's actually supposed to be like his face on the dollar bills. But yeah.
Yeah, so it's played a lot because
Yeah.
he's so confident. He's like, I'm gonna make so much money, and each Bison dollar will be 5 British pounds.
Yeah, 5 British pounds. And then he had his was it Bisonopolis or something? Instead of Metropolis.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
he goes so far into this realm of being a prick that it's
Or a
actually
god,
kind of
yeah.
that is actually kind of abusing. So.
Right. What else could we say?
That is tough. I mean, it's not bad enough that there's enough bad things to talk about, and there's not exactly enough good things to talk about that would make it good. Well, let's see. I wouldn't say there's many effects, because most of the effects were kind of shit.
There were some explosions here and there.
And the lightning was really, really
Yeah.
obviously bad
Bison,
lightning,
yeah.
but apparently they used a lot of, like in the featurettes, they used a lot of, like, shooting locations. It didn't look like that,
Yeah.
actually. Because it seems like it was only shot in like 5-ish locations.
Yeah, like near the end of some kind
of
of junk or Amazon Congo type of
rainforest.
rainforest setting. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to add to what we already said. we pretty much covered most of it.
Yeah. This is probably the shortest movie log. The only thing I can say is, it is a bad movie, but it's so bad it's actually kind of funny because there was also that one scene where the Jeep was coming and the Wolf Explosive, and Zangief was like, "Quick, change the channel." It's like everyone makes fun of this movie.
Yeah.
So clearly, you can enjoy this movie, just not for the intentions the movie director wanted to go for. It's the so bad it's cheesy. But would you recommend this movie?
I mean, if you just want to have something to pass some, an hour and 41 minutes, it's okay. It's not gonna brainwash you like Super Mario Brothers tried to, or like.
Oh, see that de-evolution.
Or de-evolutionize, sorry. But I mean, it's okay if you want a couple of laughs here and there. It's okay. If you're a Van Damme fan, I'd say. I mean, he has some good moves. He seemed like he was in good shape for the film. Although I did hear he took steroids for this film later on after the fact. That's what they brought out.
Oh, shame, because I was like, he looks ripped in this movie.
Yeah, he definitely looks bigger. Raul Julia did I thought he did a convincing job as Bison.
Or in the role and the way they did it. Like, he took it so far. Like I wonder, like, did he read the script as like, this is so dumb, but I'm gonna make it look so dumb.
Yeah.
That even though it's just gonna be great because it's so dumb.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate that he passed away like not that long after this film was.
And then the Street Fighter the movie, the game.
Oh yeah.
Which was kind of dumb.
Yeah, have you played it?
No, but it's just like this movie is based on the game, and that game is based on the movie based on the game.
Yeah,
it's like
digitized graphics.
Trying to hop on the Mortal Kombat bandwagon. Speaking of the fighting games, like I said, there's not a lot of fighting. There's more shooting and other types of action. There's a couple of bit more fighting near the end, but the fight choreography wasn't that good. You never saw any hits actually hit, like when Guile did the flash kick. You didn't see it like hit Bison or anything. It's just kind of like
there's no flash either to the kick.
That was a little more. I was willing to like accept that it wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
But the fight choreography is not that great maybe not so much the choreography, but the editing, because like the Guile flash gets like about to hit, it's like just Bison's like ugh.
Yeah.
It's not edited well, but on my final notes, if you get the chance to watch this movie, would I recommend you watch it? Well, if you've never seen it, take a look, but you're not missing anything you're not missing anything by not watching this movie, except for the endless jokes that people make about this, like of course. Oh yeah, that deleted scene. There were like only 2 deleted scenes.
2 deleted scenes. Although the second deleted scene didn't seem that much
important.
Of a deleted scene. Yeah.
Where Cammy comes in and it's like tries to kick Chun-Li's ass, and it's like she just runs away.
Yeah. But
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
We ran out of things to say.
There's not I thought there would be enough
more
to say a few things, but let's not waste time. But
alright, guys, let's end it with Game Over!
Saturday matinees?
Matinees, yeah. It's like movies you watch in the theater like at 10 or 11 in the morning, like with your family, kids and stuff. Yeah, that's what they called it.
By Joseph B. Marceri. World of Fandom magazine.
Yeah, matinee is actually a French word, but they don't have the accent on it, so that's why you...
Yeah, so it might throw people off.
Matinee, yep.
Yep, so that's the...
Right.
Oh!
Yeah, and they put the extra security... you have to, like, open it like the
that's the third time I've been tricked by this DVD. Just, like, I want to open it, then it's just... Oh, there it is.
You really got to fight to open up the...
It's a street fight.
It is.
Of Die Hard... 48 Hours, and Commando.
There you go. You said it at one point. It was like Commando.
Based on the best-selling video game, the film hurdles beyond imagination with explosive action, humor, and amazing special effects. Van Damme is Colonel Guile, the Allied nations. Oh, so that's what AN stood for. I didn't.
That was anime.
I forgot. I didn't pay enough attention to that. Allied nations commando, who leads an elite team of Street Fighters against the forces of the Mad General M. Bison.
Oh, actually, wait, T-Hawk is in it, but he looks nothing like T-Hawk.
Oh, Before that, let's do the thing
Yes.
that I think we usually do now is to read the thing.
Read it.
All right, so it stars Jean-Claude Van Damme and Raul Julia, who is
Unfortunately, he passed away after this movie. Yeah.
Street Fighter. This is the collector's edition, by the way. It's not my copy of it. Adventure is the name of the game in widescreen. International action superstar Jean-Claude Van Damme teams with Raul Julia for a thrill-packed adventure on an epic scale from the screenwriters Bison Julia. Bison, who has hatched an evil plan for world domination. I thought he said he was doing it for peace.
Well, in his twisted psychotic mind, yes.
Still, takes dozens of relief workers hostage and gives the world only 72 hours to respond to his twisted demands. In that time, Guile must find the captives and confront Bison in an electrifying battle for the fate of the free world. Featuring sizzling songs by Ice Cube and Hammer, Street Fighter is an exciting, no-holds-barred action film for the whole family. Street Fighter has the perfect combination of elements to put the magic back into... We're back.
Yes, guys.
Yes, so we're back from watching another movie this time. It's another video game movie, and the movie we saw is
Street Fighter.
the movie.
Yeah. It doesn't say Street Fighter 2, just Street Fighter the movie, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not based on the first game, it's based on the second game.
Actually, wait, a combination of the second and Super Street Fighter 2, yeah. Because Cammy,
Oh, yeah, a bunch of characters.
DJ, who else? Actually, you know what? Cammy and DJ are in this movie, but there was no Fei Long, which is the Bruce Lee
Clone.
clone. And let me see.